found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out. Lightning in a bottle. I think I just found my perfect sound. Can you see the fire in my eyes? Bitch, it's burning out.
Yo, yo, yo. How you living? How you feeling? How you doing? First Choice Fantasy, and we are back today with our Week 4 Quattro start-sits at the running back position of the 2020 NFL season. Alex, kick off the scorecard for those who missed the previous episode, which you can check down in the description.
20 – what was the number? What was it? 26 touches to Mike Davis and 4 to DJ Moore. Fuck you, Carolina. That's what I have to say about this. Fuck you, Carolina.
They act like McCaffrey is just like replaceable, and they're gonna try and do it with
this guy
Mike
might
Davis.
as well
Like, I mean, he did good. I give the man credit, but like an offense that loses Christian McCaffrey should use their other weapons.
replaces him solely with Mike Davis. They should just trade McCaffrey. We got Mike Davis.
We got
What's
Mike
the point?
Davis. We just pick up another McCaffrey and run the same offense.
The scoreboard.
And I think it will continue working because, I mean, they're going to keep doing it, and they're going to do it against Arizona this week. I'll just jump right into my starts.
Oh, whoa.
No.
Does anyone care about the
backtrack.
scoreboard? I was cool with him doing that. All right, fine. Brandon is in the lead with a positive of 1.
So listen to
which
me.
doesn't
Mike
seem that
Davis
good.
is a start.
I was going to do him,
But carry on. -1, I'm leading. With the negative.
For now. For now. I am.
For now, you
rather-
said that last week. I've been waiting.
It's been 1 week, buddy. Chill out. Relax.
Keep going.
Very
Well, let's
mediumly
hear it.
on his trails. I am waiting patiently at a -4, and Ed is a half step behind me at a -12.
Half a step. You know it.
Up and out. It's only up from here. Anyway, Brandon, let's get back to you slobbering all over Mike Davis.
All right, Mike Davis, he's in the next Christian McCaffrey.
You might as well just be C-Mac. I'm not even sure why they bother putting
C-Mac
McCaffrey
is
in the
replaceable. Put in any dude. Mike Davis is that dude, and that's why he's a star against Arizona. A questionable, well, not really questionable, Kareem Hunt against Dallas. I think this is a great matchup for Kareem Hunt's skill set, and I see this being a juicy fantasy outcome, giving me even bigger leads on these fools. Ed, what's your picks?
Brandon is a big fan of the liquids today, as he talked about juicy matchups and then slobbering over Mike Davis. But
That was Alex who.
Well, yeah, but it's all about you. You were the one.
Yeah, Ed is right. Ed is correct there.
So, on the flip side, my starts of the week, Kenyon Drake against Carolina, Arizona running back against Carolina. I picked Kenyon Drake last week to start, obviously. Didn't do too hot. I think he put up 9 points, something like that. He's going to hit eventually. And
what are you going to do when he goes the entire season without a rushing touchdown as Kyler Murray runs in 36 of them by himself?
You see, this is what my thought process was. I'm going to do this week in redraft, and if you don't believe me, shit out of you. I don't know what the word, but I'm going to start Chase Edmonds, and I'm going to start Kenyon Drake this week against Carolina. I'm doing it. You can do it too. But no,
Are you playing me?
I'm definitely – no, I don't think so. Am I?
I hope.
But
I hope.
one of the two will go off this week, and I'm going to bank on Kenyon Drake doing it. So, that's my start of the week, Kenyon Drake against Carolina. Then I got –
Just want to say real fast, I agree 100% with that take. I like that.
What, the start both running backs or?
Well, I like the Drake take.
Okay, the Drake take. Hashtag Drake take. All right. David Montgomery at Indianapolis Colts. That is my second start of the week. My real explanation for this, I can't really make one, but I guess I'll try.
The tough one. The defense just had 2 great weeks in a row.
Yeah, this defense is pretty freaking solid. Like I said earlier, the Colts are going to beat the Bears too, so it's not going to be much of a game script for David Montgomery to get carries, but I think he's going to get those targets because Tariq Cohen's out with that ACL, and Cordarrelle Patterson might take some targets, but the hell do I know? Who would have thought? Okay, this is my rebuttal to those who say Cordarrelle Patterson is going to get the targets. before the season, would you have said Cordell Patterson is going to get targets over David Montgomery out of the backfield? Like, do you think he was going to be the sleeper week 4?
On one hand, I feel like this shouldn't even be a conversation. However, on the other hand, when I
The
think about it in a
Chicago Bears.
vacuum, the idea of would I rather throw the ball to Patterson or Montgomery, and I immediately jumped to Patterson. So
Yeah, but
Interesting. I'd rather give it to
makes
David
sense.
Montgomery.
I would go with
so
Patterson.
he can run 2 yards up the field and get tackled with minimal resistance.
Patterson is
It makes
Yes.
sense, but as fantasy players, we're not.
I know you don't really consider the whole Patterson thing, but that's why I said I thought it was like, oh, that's dumb, but then I thought about it.
Well-
I'm like, you know what? I'd probably rather flip it out there to Patterson.
I see Ed's point, though, because in the offseason, you hear people saying,
You
well,
don't
if David
consider that.
Montgomery
Yeah, I agree
gets
with that.
targets, he'll be a good running back to start. Well, what's the negatives back then? Cohen's there. Well, he's not there. No one ever put Patterson's there. Don't forget about no.
Exactly.
We're talking about talent, and if D-Mont got talent,
I don't know if he does.
Does he have more open field talent than Cordell Patterson? And I feel like the answer is no.
But I feel like we're not really, because this is the way I think about it. Okay, so
I think they're gonna have Patterson out there that much. But go ahead, Ed.
Probably not. But
I think
Just saying.
that because like as fantasy players, we're banking on the coaches to make these decisions. We can't really trust Matt Nagy to make these decisions to target Cordell Patterson, even though it makes sense. Lord knows what he's going to do. You know what I mean? So you have to think like safely, I guess. That's why
I have an easier explanation for that. Don't start anyone on the Bears not named Allen Robinson.
Also, I wanted to go against the grain with starting David Montgomery because it seems as if when I make these easy decisions,
They just
they
blow
never-
up in your face.
yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go risky with David Montgomery.
I thought about sitting him just to spite you, but I didn't know. All right, my starts. I'm going to go with a couple. I'm just riding the hot hand here. Darrell Henderson and James Robinson. It's practically the same explanation. They both get a lot of work. The Giants don't really seem – actually, the Giants nor the Bengals really seem to have any interest in stopping the run. So why not roll with the guys who are probably going to get a bunch of targets? Henderson seems like he might run away with that job if he continues what he's currently doing. Malcolm Brown is not good, and Cam Akers probably isn't really going to compete with that right now. And I don't really know what to think of Robinson, but it seems like they are going to give him the ball 30 times no matter what. Even when they're getting smashed, he's going to get the ball a ton. So, I'm going to roll with him.
I
feel like they're probably going to lose this game, but
Yeah, well, I like Darrell Henderson because, I mean, like you said, he's pretty fucking good. I mean, he looked good this past week. And Cam Akers still banged up. He might not play. He might play. And if he does play, who knows how many carries he's going to get, whatnot. But James Robinson, the thing that kind of propelled him last week, obviously, was the touchdowns. But I think the targets were another big key factor because he got, 90 receiving yards or some shit? It's not going to
he had a
happen.
decent
again.
number. I mean, if he didn't have the touchdowns, he still would have had like a solid 12-point game.
Yeah. I don't know
And
if that's
someone on that shit-ass team has to score.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's
But I
not
don't-
going to be Chark, then like it
That's the
can't be the coach.
I don't know if he's going to get those targets again because of Chark, but I mean, you hope. That's all
Chark
you,
coming back?
Chark. I would assume so because I didn't look into it, but I would assume. That's all I know. I don't know.
I thought I remember saying that he was getting evaluated like today or something, which it just seems odd for the coach the previous week to be like, well, we hope he plays, and then on Monday for them to be like, yeah, he's under evaluation.
Yeah, that's questionable. Sure.
I don't know, I guess they got the Eagles medical staff down there. Or the Chargers medical staff.
Or the old Washington football team's medical staff.
Everybody
All
can
right.
get
All right.
On to
Brandon.
the Saints.
I'm going to start off with Myles Gaskin. Last week he was my start. Fared pretty decently. He got the touches for sure.
That was
in
my
that
start.
Game.
That was your
It was
waiver
your
wire.
that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, trying to take your credit. Anyway, Seattle. I wanted to bring up this defense. They held Ezekiel Elliott to 14 attempts for only 34 yards. I mean, this was a barn fire of a game. However, even when looking at his receiving work, he was 12 for 6 for 24 yards. I mean, not that impressive work. And looking back further weeks, week 2, you had Sony Michel, 7 attempts for only 19 yards. Todd Gurley, he fared pretty well against Seattle in week 1. 14 attempts for, 56 yards, but a touchdown kind of saved his day. Myles Gaskin, I something about Seattle's defense is preventing the run, whether or not that's just because Russell Wilson is cooking. But maybe they
I would imagine just because they don't use
ball.
cornerbacks. So, like.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to say Myles Gaskin, sit. Don't play him this week. I do think you should keep hold of him. He was my waiver wire pickup, but that doesn't mean you got to play him every week. I know the players I tell you to pick up are pretty great, but, yeah, you don't need to start him every week.
Funny you should mention that, given the guy you choose this week.
Mark Ingram. Do not play him against Washington. I think this defensive line is going to – I don't know. I don't see Mark Ingram being the back that's going to produce this week. Kind of just a sense feeling for me. I thought about J.K. Dobbins as a start of the week. I just think it's one of those games where they're going to be able to get the younger guys in for some work, save Mark Ingram for future weeks, because this football team most likely won't put up a fight. Washington, that football team. Anywho, Ed, you're sitting the entire backfield of who?
Tampa Bay.
Oh my God, that's a lot of
You
talent
call him
there.
Tampa Bay?
Yeah,
dude.
I heard that.
I'm gonna smack you in the face when I see you next.
You're gonna smack me, and Tom Brady's probably gonna.
You're saying LaShawn McCoy isn't going to get some receiving down?
Sean McCoy.
I think LaShawn
Ball
McCoy
out?
break out this
He was
year.
actually my start.
Well, we must have skipped him, Alex. Mark him down.
Well, with the Tampa Bay backfield, okay, they are my sit, obviously, like was stated. My problem with the backfield as a whole is the fact that Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and Sean McCoy are literally like split, and you really don't know when who's going to break out or just perform, I guess you could say. Because after Leonard Fournette had that pretty good game week 2 against Carolina, 25.6 fantasy points, 103 yards and 12 carries. He then proceeded to have 7 carries the following week for 15 yards. So don't really know what's really going on there. Ronald Jones started the season off with 20 touches week 1, and then had 9, and then had 17. So this backfield is really just –
It's Brady, man.
you pick and choose, man. You really pick and choose, and I don't know who I want to pick and choose, so I'm just going to sit all of them. I don't think they're going to really succeed against the Chargers, even though Mike Davis did last week on 20 touches. Don't see one of those running backs getting 20 touches, so I'm out on them.
All right. So Tampa Bay running back, their backfield, what do you think? Do you drop them?
No.
I don't
No.
think so. No.
I think
Try like hell to trade them.
yeah.
True. That'd be the first instinct. But I just
Ron-
wanted to take that little sidetrack.
Ronald Jones, I don't know if you could really trade him for much because people see Leonard Fournette's name and they just get scared. But I would definitely try to trade Fournette.
I would think, for me, Ronald Jones is the back I'd like to have. I don't know why. It's just kind of – I don't know. He gets the running downs, and he's been targeted a few times. I don't know. He produced consistently this year so far with the 9. He's like a worse Le'Veon Bell of last year. He'll put up like 9 points.
You give me hope, as now I know that there are people out there that want Ronald Jones. So if you have Ronald Jones, trade him to somebody in your league who probably wants him, like Brandon. No offense.
I don't want him, but I'm
you
saying
just call him a worse Le'Veon Bell and tell me I should take him?
That is true, yeah. From last year.
then Le'Veon Bell put up like 12 to like 14 points a game.
See, I feel like running
year.
backs are just inherently you expect them to score more points. So it's funny to me that you're trying to make the argument that I should leave Ronald Jones around because he scores 9 points, even though when I tried to make the argument that you should keep Cole Beasley around as a receiver for that same reason, I was just slammed And yet here Brandon is saying that his waiver target is Cole Beasley and that you should keep Ronald Jones because he's a lock for 9 points a week. Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Ed, who else are you sitting?
Cole Beasley was my waiver wire pickup. Yeah.
Smack you too.
Speaking of Bills, I got Devin Singletary as my second running back sit against Las Vegas. I think that Devin Singletary, obviously, well, I don't think this, but I know this, but Josh Allen is more successful than Devin Singletary in the red zone. Zach Moss will likely come back this week, and if he does, I mean, not saying I don't know. I just don't have faith in the dude. I'm not going to start him with high expectations. If you're going to start him, expect like an RB3 performance, I guess. I don't know. I don't see much more than that, and that's why I'm sitting.
It's fair.
I'm going to take a similar route to you, except with less known names. I'm going to say to sit whoever the hell the Seahawks throw out there at running back. Because I don't even know, what do they got? 8 guys they're going to run out there?
Carson might play.
Lucky.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he might play. Oh.
Well, if Carson plays, my statement is invalidated, but I thought I read that he was going to miss 1 to 2 weeks.
Possibly. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I mean, if he doesn't play, sit the rest of them because if you're starting Carlos Hyde, I feel bad for you that things have gotten this bleak.
Yeah.
Or Travis Homer. Speaking of guys you shouldn't be sitting, I feel like everyone's just really excited over Devontae Freeman, and I don't get it. Sit him. That's all I really have to say. The Rams are. I don't even know how the Rams have done against a running back. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care. Sit Freeman. The Giants suck. The Giants' offensive line is comprised of cheese.
Swiss cheese.
It's terrible. I was trying to think of a cheese worse than that. It's more like grated Parmesan cheese.
That's good cheese though. I like that.
You can just watch it. It's gone. Like the Giants' offensive line.
Yeah.
Good luck for Devontae Freeman to be trying that. I mean, he's running backs, man. They age hard.
That's Freeman's
3 years ago, he was a clear-cut RB1, maybe 4 years ago. Well, not anymore. Sorry.
Time flies.
Sit him. Trade him. We'll get to that later. That's all of our running backs.
Ooh.
Time flies, and that is our running backs, like he said.
It's a wrap.
That is a wrap on this episode. Like, comments, share, subscribe. Check out the quarterbacks episode if you haven't. Check out the wide receivers in the future within the coming day or whatnot. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Garrison. Appreciate the comments, the feedback you have regularly compared to everybody else. Just watches and clicks off. Don't even know if they're here yet or anymore, but yeah, I guess that's it. Deuces.
Well done.